So I learned yesterday that going to a bookstore while just a smidge tipsy is really fun, but also really bad for my bank account. So that being said, we have a book haul. So the first book that I picked up is one that I've never seen before, but it caught my eye. It's A Steep and Savage Path. I loved the cover, that's what caught my eye, but the premise is what really sold me. It says that Irina has just married a dead man and she's a sacrifice for the wedding of the dead, a desperate ritual designed to lay a hungry vampire terrorizing a village to rest. But she has her own reason for saying I do. Her beloved sister's soul is trapped in the land of the dead, and Irina needs a guide to help bring her back. So it just sounded like a really fun version of vampires with the whole aspect of going into the land of the dead to try to get her sister. And yeah, I don't know, it sounded unique and I'm excited about that one. Then I picked up In Stormy Weather. I just really wanted to get this anyway, so as soon as I saw that it was finally released, I was like, yes, instantly mine. This is a storm chaser romance. I did get a storm chaser romance very recently called Chase Me If You Can, and I'm very excited to read both, maybe see if I like one over the other, although I'm sure both are fantastic in their own ways. Then for some odd reason I've been feeling a thriller vibe recently, which is odd. So I saw this just sitting on one of the tables while I was taking a break and looking through the books that I had, and picked it up and started reading it, and I was intrigued. This follows a woman who is working for the NYPD, and they find a beloved neighborhood priest that is dead, along with a mysterious red letter. She starts investigating the murder as a favor to an old friend, and discovers that the priest wasn't the only one that got a red letter recently and then ended up dead. So she's trying to figure out how all of these killings connect to each other. But when she starts closing in on this, I think she might get her own red letter, but I'm not entirely sure. The back makes it sound like potentially, but I don't know. Then another one that I really liked the cover of, and that's why I kind of picked it up. We have Prey. This is another thriller, and it's actually, again, following a priest. This one is actually, again, about a priest that has been murdered, and a detective is trying to solve the case, and there's a lot of new things that start coming to light as she's investigating this murder. There was something about this that captured my attention. It was only $7, so I was like, you know what? Why not? Then I also got Spellslinger. This is the first book in a series. The reason I picked this one up is because I actually have the fifth book. My boyfriend bought it for me, and we didn't actually realize that it was the fifth book in the series, and then I saw that this was finally available at Second and Charles for only $7 as well, and I was like, okay, get the first one, that way I can actually read this and see if it's worth continuing to the fifth one. Another book that I picked that I don't even really know much about is The Star and the Strange Moon. This is about an actress who is like rising in fame in 1968, and then one night between the shadows and alleyway, she disappears on set and is never seen again. The crazy twist is that she's actually pulled into the film, and the script and the monsters within it are coming to life, so she must play her role perfectly if she hopes to survive.